guys.
Hey guys.
It's time for another Flash review. This time we're reviewing The Flash Season 2, Episode 4, titled The Fury of the Firestorm. If you haven't seen the episode and you want to avoid any spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. And wow,
yes.
What a good episode of The Flash.
Yeah, wow.
It was so good. I love the relationships in The Flash.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing.
There's a lot of, like, duos. Like, you have Iris and Joe that have this, like, amazing dynamic. That's probably my favorite relationship out of the entire show.
I like Barry and Joe, too, though.
Yeah, Barry and Joe have
kind of adopted son kind of a thing. But it's like big brother / adopted son. And just those two together are really great. And then, of course, there's Cisco and Caitlin.
And there's the new developing Barry and Patty.
Detective Spivot.
I know. I'm like, it's Spivot, but that's not... They call her Spivot so much, I forget her name.
It's Barry and Detective Spivot.
Yeah, Barry and Patty, like, they're starting to have this really unique and amazing relationship blooming here. And
I think Barry needs to get his head out of his butt.
Yeah.
Because he's blowing it so hard, because she's trying really hard to flirt with him. And it's like it's going past him. And Joe's like, "Are you flirting with my partner?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "No, Joe, he's really not. He's blowing it so bad."
Yeah, but he likes her. It's him and Joe have this conversation about her because he's hung up on Iris, and he's like, "Look, that's not going to happen. So you need to." Basically, you need to move on.
Yeah. And it seems like he kind of has, but he's looking for that same feeling that he had about Iris
and
again.
It's like every love you have is slightly different. Like, it's not the exact same. And it's like he wants to have the exact same. And it's not going to happen because he's known Iris for forever, like his whole life. So it's never going to be the same.
Exactly. And Joe says something about your first love... It's never as powerful as that again, or something like that, and he's just wrong.
Yeah, he is wrong. It's a different kind of love, but it's not like your first love is the only that's the only powerful love you're gonna have.
The first person you ever love is your soulmate. No, that's blatantly untrue, and Joe is super wrong about that.
But maybe that's what it's like for him, and he hasn't found anybody else that's been like that for him, so maybe that's true in his world. Like, he's never experienced that. But I think he needs to go for it, because him and Patty together are awesome.
Yeah, I really want them to get together.
Yeah.
I'm shipping Barry and Detective Spivot.
Alright, so moving on. Past the relationships.
Well, no, not really, because Francine is back, and we find out that she is mortally sick.
Yes. And it's like... we found out that she lied, or that Joe lied to Iris and told her her mother died, and she was an addict, and it seems like she's reformed now, but we don't know because she still has a lot of the addict behavior of lying and being selfish. Like, she goes to them, and then when Iris rejects her, she then comes forth with, "Oh, but I'm dying."
Yeah. Which
is totally a very selfish thing to do. If she was going to say that, she should have said it up front.
Yeah, she should have told Joe when she first came back.
She should have been completely upfront about the whole thing. And then, that guilts Iris into meeting her again, but she does some digging and discovers that she gave birth to a baby boy 8 months after leaving them, and just failed to mention that. So she still has a lot of those addict behaviors of being very selfish and continuously lying.
And Iris says to her, just go, because if my dad finds out that he had a son that he had no involvement with, it will crush him and he can never find out. And that is the totally wrong call.
Yeah, no, like daughter, like father, because she is doing exactly to him what he did to her when he told her that her mother died.
Yeah.
It's his call to make, whether he wants to track this kid down or not, and it's not his fault. I don't think it would crush him. He'd be devastated that this child grew up without him, but it wasn't his fault because he didn't know the child existed. I think he would realize that. Like, he wouldn't punish himself for it.
And whereas Iris was totally fine when she found out that Joe had lied about her mom because she understood that Joe was protecting her.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe would be as receptive to when he does eventually find out that he has a long lost son.
Yeah,
because he's
agree.
going to.
Yeah, because she thinks she's doing it to protect him, but she's really not.
I think her motivations are at the core probably pretty selfish.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know why she...
Or vindictive or something.
Yeah.
But it's not this selfless thing like she's trying to protect her son or her father the way she says she is. That's her cover, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know why she's doing it, but...
Okay, Stein, he is in really bad shape in this episode, and they have to find somebody to complete the Firestorm so he can be... Well, not
stable.
Really, stable, yeah.
Yeah, so he can stabilize.
Yeah, and they find two potential candidates, Dr. Hewitt and Jax. And Dr. Hewitt, I gotta tell you, Caitlin was infuriating in this episode. And she kind of has been all season for me. Like, I'm not on Team Caitlin right now at all.
In her defense, Caitlin and Stein seem like they have this intensely close relationship.
Yeah.
And it probably has to do with her husband was Stein's other, the other half of Firestorm. So I'm sure she has this intense relationship with him. And I think she was just desperate to find a solution. And, on paper, the doctor looked really, really good. She just didn't dig deep enough and find out that he was not very stable himself.
And of course, the less appealing candidate on paper was the one who ended up being like the perfect match.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a very cliche trope in this kind of story, but I really like Jax.
Yeah. And not only that, they kind of alleviated the cliche a little bit because Jax was actually the better match. It was just the doctor looked better on paper as a person.
As a professional.
Yeah, as a professional. Like, he's a scientist. He looked like he would fit into the group. And he also looked like a scientist is much more likely to volunteer to do something like this.
And Jax is an awesome character.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Now that they've completed the Firestorm bonding or whatever it's called, I can't wait to see him come back because that is a really cool character.
Yeah, he is really interesting. He's got a great backstory. There's a lot of things that they can do with his character. It's going to be really exciting to see what they do.
Yeah. And at the end of the episode, Barry meets Dr. Wells from Earth 2, and judging from the promo for the next episode, it looks like he's handling it pretty well.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe he's come to terms, like, maybe he's able to compartmentalize and be like, the Wells that killed my mother is dead. This guy did not do it. It's not the same person. Maybe he's able to compartmentalize that and get past it. Or maybe he's trying to. Like, because he is scientific, so maybe the science part of him is like, he did not kill your mother. Move on.
And it seems like on the face of it, this Dr. Wells is here to help because he mentions that Zoom is, wreaking havoc in his world and Barry's world is next.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me at all if this Dr. Wells' motivations are not entirely on the up and up.
Yes, I agree.
Sort of like the Dr. Wells from last season, where it seemed like he was an alright guy some of the time, but he was actually kind of an evil bastard. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for this review.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, if we missed anything, if there's anything you think we should have talked about that we didn't, let us know in the comments so we can talk about it down there. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and we certainly hope you did, be sure to let us know by clicking the like button and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.